The European Union has triggered a Brexit clause less than a month after the UK left the bloc as Brussels panics over the coronavirus vaccine chaos involving AstraZeneca. The protocol, which forms a vital part of the Brexit withdrawal agreement with the EU, normally allows for free movement of goods from the bloc into Northern Ireland. It states goods should be able to move freely between the EU and Northern Ireland because the region still remains in the single market for goods and also operates under Brussels customs rules. But the EU has now triggered Article 16 of this protocol to temporarily place export controls on this movement in respect of coronavirus vaccines. Section 16 of a newly published document from the European Commission reads, "Exports of goods from Northern Ireland to other parts of the United Kingdom cannot be restricted by Union law unless this is strictly required by international obligations of the Union." Therefore, movements of goods covered by this regulation between the Union and Northern Ireland should be treated as exports. Whilst quantitative restrictions on exports are prohibited between the Union and Northern Ireland, in accordance with Article 5(5) of the Protocol on Ireland, Northern Ireland, this is justified as a safeguard measure pursuant to Article 16 of that protocol in order to avert serious societal difficulties due to a lack of supply threatening to disturb the orderly implementation of the vaccination campaigns in the member states. BBC economics editor Faisal Islam tweeted, "Commission has invoked Article 16 of the Northern Ireland Protocol on averting serious societal difficulties as regards vaccines. So it says that NI will be considered an export territory for purposes of vaccine from EU and therefore ROI. Looks like a land border for EU vaccines on island of Ireland. Interesting to see what Dublin thinks about this." J.P. Campbell, the BBC's economics and business editor for Northern Ireland, replied, "To be clear, NI still gets its vaccines from the UK pot. This prevents vaccines being sent direct for EU to NI as that could be used to circumvent the temporary export ban." Stormont First Minister Arlene Foster branded the EU's triggering of Article 16 of Brexit's Northern Ireland Protocol to stop unfettered flow of inoculations from the EU into the region an incredible act of hostility. The move to activate Article 16 will frustrate any effort to use Northern Ireland as a backdoor to bring vaccines into Great Britain. Mrs. Foster said, "By triggering Article 16 in this manner, the European Union has once again shown it is prepared to use Northern Ireland when it suits their interests but in the most despicable manner, over the provision of a vaccine which is designed to save lives."